Our Story Productions presents Cooking It Up with Betty, a saucy look at our story. So, get ready for the one and only Betty Thompson!
Welcome back to another episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. And what a show we have planned for you today with a special recipe, a special guest, and those roving reporters that tell us what's cooking in our story country. So without further ado, let's get started. I have my special guest I'd like to introduce today. He's my boss, and we commonly call him Cousin John. Welcome, Cousin John.
Thank you. Say, Betty, got a question for you. What the hell happened to your last show?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, this is supposed to be a cooking show, and you cook some Jell-O or something. I don't know.
Well, it was one of those things, that I was trying for something different, something new and exciting. But, Elmer was really upset.
Really?
Yeah. He said the wiring in this place is 30 years out of date. The wiring in your studio.
Well, yeah, that's something you got to remember, Betty. This is my studio, and as a matter of fact, you were supposed to provide the appliances and the accoutrements for the kitchen, but this is my place.
Well, yeah, I forget about that because, it does look like my kitchen with all my favorite cookbooks and everything, but it's the wiring and the hookups. They're out of date. Elmer practically closed us down. He reported us. I'm down to no refrigerator, no stove. It's really hard to do a cooking show with no stove and no refrigerator because the wiring is out of date. When are you going to get that fixed?
Well, we'll talk about that a little later. Don't you have someplace that, you can find us someplace to eat?
Well, the roving reporters. Now, you know about them.
Sure.
Yes. They're out in the countryside, and they're looking at the little restaurants, the big restaurants. They're finding out what's cooking in our story country, and they will report back to us. Let's go to a couple of those reports right now, and you can find out what's cooking.
Lenny Leftover here, filing my latest report of what's cooking. I and my fellow reporters have discovered incredible nightclubs and historic bars in small towns. Now you can learn what we've learned about nightlife options in small towns of the Midwest on KLUKTV.com.
Boy, I tell you what, that was good. That's making me hungry. What are we doing today here?
Well, we're having a nice relish tray today.
A what?
A relish tray with some very special dip and some
come on. We
Well,
want some real food, not rabbit food.
John, have you forgotten that Elmer has closed us down? I'm working out of an ice chest, so I have fresh fruits and vegetables and homegrown pickles that I win blue ribbons at the fair. That's what I have to work with. You have to get this fixed if you want me to cook.
That plow's going to be the death of me yet.
Well, if you'd like to help, you could peel a carrot and get us started here.
Seriously? You want me to peel a carrot?
Well, it's...
Do these look like the hands that peel carrots?
Why don't you have some wine and just settle down here?
All right.
Come on. You have a little bit of wine, and I'll tell them about my special dip. Don't throw my carrot on the floor. Okay. This is a new winery up from near High Horse, and it's a new wine.
That's not
I
bad.
kind of like it. And the dip that I made today to go with the veggies is kind of a little spicy dip. It's got some hot pepper in it along with the sour cream. Why don't you try that? What do you think?
Oh, folks, this is really good. Even though it's not cooked, it's really good, but this is even making me more hungry. Can we go look for some more places to eat?
Well, yes, we have some more reports. Let's go to a report while I finish doing this.
Oh, Abby Appetite here, head reporter for the What's Cooking team. Making a list for my reporters to do stories on about the restaurants, cafes, diners, supper clubs, and bakeries in the small towns of the Midwest. You can see them all on KLUKTV.com. Hey, let's pick one out and go there together. Remember, you'll be traveling with an appetite. Abby Appetite.
So, that is pretty good. And this wine isn't bad either. You know what? This is really making me hungry. I'm going to go get something to eat.
Well,
folks, I'm out of here. Listen, don't ever have Plow back on this show again. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I will not have Elmer fall back. John left without telling me when he was going to fix that wiring. Oh, well, we're almost out of time anyhow, I guess. Folks, if you would like a copy of any of the recipes, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Recipes, Cooking It Up with Betty, care of KLUK Television. Please let me know which recipe you're asking for. And now I'm going to be saying goodbye. Thanks to our special guest, John, our roving reporters, and you, my home audience. Thanks. Come back and see us again on Cooking It Up with Betty. Bye-bye.